WWE Universal Champion Cody Rhodes recently posted this photo of Joe Burrow. I had to do a double take for a second because I forgot that was Joe Burrow. With the caption, "Time to finish your story this season." A fan then mentioned the post to Burrow over the weekend.
You got to finish the story, Joe.
What story?
You got to bring home a championship, baby.
The story's never finished.
All right. You focused or you?
Joe ain't have time for that. That's an answer
What?
that I ain't got time to be talking to you about all that, man.
Joe didn't know what it meant, swag. Like, we had Cody Rhodes on the pivot. Finish the story was this whole thing as it was leading up to WrestleMania 40, Roman Reigns,
okay.
The Rock,
Yeah,
John Cena, all them.
Yeah.
Joe had zero idea what it meant.
Yeah.
Got it. Way to work the pivot into your answer.
I look at body
Chad,
language.
you can work nightcap. Chad, you can work nightcap in if you want.
I look
to.
at body language. He ain't even look over there at the man.
Okay. Can I ask you the question though?
Yeah, go ahead. My
Yeah,
bad.
it's
My
all
bad.
good. Is Burrow the biggest threat to Mahomes to three-peat?
No, I don't understand this question. Look, first of all, it's blasphemous to talk bad about Joe Burrow with me and RC and probably Ocho now on TV.
Yeah.
I love Joe Burrow.
Not finna happen.
Okay, but
You like Eminem, Joe?
I like Joe.
Oh, I just didn't
Joe
know. I
is
was curious.
Joe marches to his own beat. He really does. Like if you ever met him.
Yep.
But I just don't understand how we have a two-time MVP in Baltimore who was in the AFC Championship game last year not be considered the biggest threat. Like I get
You know
it.
why?
Why?
You know exactly.
Because they
why.
lost in the AFC Championship?
Because in the playoffs. Yeah,
What?
it's because he's been better in the regular season. You know that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't. Joe Burrow has missed so many games
That's fair.
over the last
That's
2
fair.
years. Like
Yeah.
Joe Burrow at his height when he's the guy that beat Patrick Mahomes at home and on the road.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
I understand the narrative surrounded by the question. First of all, the dynamic of the team has changed. I think Cincinnati will still be in contention because Joe Burrow will be the quarterback if he's healthy. But ultimately, we have this question about the biggest threat. The biggest threat is the Baltimore Ravens to me until advised otherwise. Houston got better. That's a team in consideration. But Cincinnati is in the conversation, but I don't feel like they the biggest threat. I feel like the dude that came off an MVP season last year may still be the biggest threat that added Derrick Henry to their football team.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone agrees with you.
I don't care if they don't agree. That's how I feel.
Okay. Voice getting high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll do it.
He is so good at his job, and I think that that's a very, very valid opinion, but he's also wrong because it's the Houston Texans. And it's not about whether or not Lamar Jackson's coming off of his second MVP. It's about the dude who I see play the position, and I go, he's up next. Yeah, Lamar, along with Patrick Mahomes and Josh, all those dudes have now. But, man, when you look at what C.J. Stroud was able to do last year in what we all said pre-draft, everybody, was the worst situation to get drafted to. We all said that.
Yeah.
First-year defensive head coach, an organization with instability. Nobody wants to be the quarterback there. He changed that. He changed it so much that defensively now, Danico Autry wants to play there. Now, Daniil Hunter wants to play there. Azeez wants to go play linebacker there. You bring over Jeff Okudah, who was the third overall pick of the draft. Offensively, you trade for Stephon Diggs. Joe Mixon goes there. A place that felt like nobody wanted to be in has now become a destination for stars because of the dude that plays quarterback, because of the way he leads, because of the way he plays, because of who he is. And I think this year, with this roster, if they're healthy, this is a team playing in the AFC South that should win the division, that should host playoff games, and they can be, and to me, are the biggest threat preseason to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chad?
You know what? I like it. I like the point that RC made. The Texans have improved tremendously. And because of the quarterback at the helm that's running the show, the supporting cast is awesome. The defense is great. But still, to this day, the narrative will never change that the Bengals are the biggest threat to the Chiefs repeating.
Why we asking?
Listen, the narrative won't change as long as Joe Burrow is healthy. Listen, they're 3-1 against the Chiefs. I know Patrick Mahomes, 2-3-time Super Bowl champion. I understand all that. But if there's a team that has the fit based on personnel to beat the Chiefs, it is the Cincinnati Bengals. If Joe Burrow stays healthy, mark my words. Mark my words. Now we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to this later on in the season.
Yeah.
And when the Bengals do beat the Chiefs in a game of importance, Ryan, you keep that same giggle and keep that same laugh. Remember.
All right, let's get the date. It's July 29th at 11:50 Eastern. Chad says Bengals are going to beat the Chiefs in an important game. We got it, Chad. We got it earmarked, and we'll.
Here's the beauty.
And you know what's funny?
Here's the beauty.
I'm really wrong.
Here's the beauty
really
of
wrong.
projection.
I feel that. I feel the same way about myself.
Here's the beauty of projection, right?
Tell me.
Ocho can stand on the fact that we've seen Joe Burrow in Cincinnati do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, so that's probably the
He doesn't
strongest
have to
argument.
walk on faith,
Yeah.
is your point.
RC makes a great point about Houston and how vastly they've improved this offseason, and C.J. Stroud meteoric rise as a rookie in this league, right? Lamar Jackson is still in Baltimore. I think that carries a lot of weight for me. I know a lot of people like to dismiss it because of what we saw last year in the AFC Championship. Lamar Jackson carries a lot of weight.
Okay.
So the projections are, all three of them are valid. We'll see who right at the end.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my favorite thought experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Game on a line
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl. Who are you taking, Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Wondering.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that's what
Joe
we were
Burrow.
talking about.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Joe.
Well, I mean, look,
I was just wondering. I thought that's what we were doing here.
It's a difference in comparing one guy and having a guy that's going to be a threat to the three-peat. It's a difference. A team. This is a team question.
Got it. So you think the Ravens are a better team?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.